In this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you the basics of ground wildland firefighting with ground crews. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open your uniform menu and switch to wildland gear. The wildland firefighting vehicles have shovels as well as the helicopters. If you open the helicopter doors, you have chainsaws and shovels. So we'll grab a shovel and a chainsaw, which is essentially our two main tools that we're going to want to use when doing this. So we'll go ahead and hike up to the fire, try to get ahead of it. Wildland firefighting, the trick is that you really can't fight the fire. You have to predict the fire and try to stop it from moving further. So it looks like the fire is going to move down this hill. So what we can do is cut down trees, which is one of the main firefighting tactics in the game for Wildland, to just try to stop its spread. So you can equip your chainsaw and aim for the tree. I'll fix these weird audio glitch throughout the testing patches. So just keep in mind all of this is the first version of public testing and things will be improved. Once you've cut a tree down, you can continue to cut it further, and that will basically turn it into pieces of logs. So you can cut all these trees down whether they're burnt or not, and once you do so, it will prevent that tree from catching on fire. Now the other thing we can do is use our shovel, which we have holstered. The shovel will basically clear out brush, as you can see here, and you can use this to dig a line. So it's hit or miss sometimes, but the way you know it's working is if you see the ground come up like this, meaning that you're digging a line. It takes some getting used to, but we recommend you guys just give it a shot and try it out. So you can see we're digging a line right now. We're making progress. So any grass or anything that you remove will not catch on fire if you make a line. So if you're a ground crew, remember cutting trees and digging lines is the best way to stop the spread of a fire. So if we were to make a large line here, we can essentially stop the fire from spreading over this line. But it's a matter of basically racing in front of the fire, trying to get these lines cut, trying to get ahead of the fire and stop its spread with coordination from, you know, air crews and whatnot. You have the brush truck, you can have some ground lines, you can have airdrops going, ground crews cutting line and cutting trees. And multiplayer, it can be a very rewarding experience when you corral a wildfire successfully. So it looks like the fire went down that way, which is good that it didn't come this way. So another thing that you can do as a wildland firefighter is you have the drip torch. Now the drip torch isn't fully functional yet, but the way it works is if you're in the vicinity of a wildfire and you hold the left mouse button and walk around, if there's a fire object that can ignite, it will eventually. So as I'm holding the left mouse button, you can see that fires will start igniting in the trail that I made. So we've got one igniting over there. This won't just randomly ignite objects on the map. So if you're not in the vicinity of a wildfire, the drip torch is not going to work. So if I go to an area that could burn and drop the drip torch, there's really not a point for it in the game because the point is to stop the fire, but I've added it just because it's a tool they use in real life for controlled burns and whatnot. So you can see we burned this little tree before it could burn. So we'll be you know, adding more to the functionality of the drip torch, potentially making it so you can become an arsonist and start fires everywhere. But for now, it's a work in progress. So the next thing I'm going to show you guys is deploying your shelter, which is important to know as a wildland firefighter in case you get overrun by fire. what the fire shelter does is allow you to basically stop what you're doing, and let's say the fire is coming down at you and you have no way to get out. The procedure for this is have a shovel, cut out all the brush from around you, which I lost my shovel and my chainsaw, so I won't be able to do it to show you guys, but you want to cut all the brush out from around you and just hit deploy shelter, which will put you in this little aluminum shelter, which will protect you from fire. So I added this in the game because it's something that is essential in wildland firefighting in real life. Now, you could easily outrun the fire if you needed to, but we like having the option to do these things. And if you want to get out of it, you just hit deploy shelter again, and you'll come out of your shelter. So I've only had to use it like on very few occasions in wildfires when the fire really just snuck up on me. But yeah, that's the essential of ground firefighting, wildland firefighting. Now, another thing that I will show in another video is the dozer. The dozer can essentially make lines like this, but much larger and a lot quicker than you can with just the ground crew. I found my shovel, by the way. And yeah, currently the dozer I don't think is working, but in the next patch or two I will have it fully functional, and all these things will work properly. So if you guys want to try this stuff out, it's all on the public testing branch right now. Keep in mind that branch is being updated daily, and things will be improved and tweaked and fixed. So that's the basics of the ground wildland firefighting. You can take off your backpack, by the way, with J, and your helmet with H. And there's a couple different helmet options in different colors, as you can see. I'll be adding more in the future patches. Anyways, that's that for this video. Thanks for watching. The more you know.